stage is set. 38 cars, 1 track, and 1 trophy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nashville Superspeedway for the Allied 400 in the NASMAR Community Cup Series here in 2024. Like I said, we're going to have 18 laps to conquer here. 38 drivers are all chasing 1 trophy in the Nashville Superspeedway. Man, it is going to be one incredible race. All these guys feeling the pressure. As we have some late-breaking stories, let's go ahead and send it down to the pit reporters.
Kyle Busch is starting from the 10th position today. He says he likes his car this weekend, but he feels like he can get a little bit more out of it. He said he wasn't happy qualifying 10th yesterday, but he hopes the team made the right changes overnight. Keep an eye out on Kyle Busch today.
Joey Logano starts P7 here in Nashville in that Shell Pennzoil number 22 for Team Penske. However, when talking to Logano this morning, he told me that the car handled beautifully behind other cars. Specifically, it just had more grip than really anybody else on track. Look out for that 22 car. He might start 7th, but don't expect him to stay that far back for very long. He'll be on a tear here in today's Ally 400.
Denny Hamlin enters the Ally 400 starting for the 4th position. He's been a very interesting story this weekend as he's been very fast but hasn't had the results to show for it. Hamlin said qualifying was a relief, saying that he didn't expect the speed that he actually had. He could be a dark horse today, so be on the lookout for Denny Hamlin.
Kyle Larson has the best view of turn 1 today as he'll lead the field to green in a few minutes. Kyle Larson was very fast in both practice sessions and managed to translate that speed into a pole position. Watch out for Kyle Larson today.
Thank you, pit reporters. Let's send it down to MLCS Racing Network and Speed Cup Stop Motion on the Top Party Garage booth.
Thanks, East Coast. I'm down here at the Top Party Garage booth here for the beautiful race here in Music City. It's 84 degrees outside, and today I'm joined by my wonderful host, Speed Cup Stop Motion.
Hello, everyone. Let's get this race in Music City going. We got a lot of favorites coming into the Nashville Superspeedway event weekend, like Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, 2 strong competitors on these mile-and-a-half type of tracks. Honestly, though, we got 18 laps on deck for today, 3 stages in total. That's going to probably change the complexion of this race a lot. MLCS, who do you think is going to be your pick to win for today's race?
I mean, just looking how this weekend has played out so far, I'm going to have to choose the 24 of William Byron. He is cruising in point standings right now and has some really good results lately. And just the way, when I talked to his team this morning, they were really enthusiastic about his car today. I think it's going to be fun to see what he can do.
I'm going to have to go with that number 9 at Chase Elliott, Byron's teammate. Might just be a tad better than him this season, looking to claim another victory here in the NASMAR Community Cup Series, folks. Well, we're going to send it over to NLS for the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Thank you, MLCS and Speed Cup Series. I'm here at the Country Music Hall of Fame, the highlight of the beautiful city of Nashville. Inside, you'll find plenty of recognizable names such as Johnny Cash, Reba McEntire, and Dolly Parton. It is a beautiful staple here of the city for country fans of all ages. Now back to the booth with East Coast, Gavin Beers, and BCH.
Thank you, MLCS, Speed, and NLS. Let's go ahead now and send it down to the national anthem with NIL 83.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Or say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The crowd roars with patriotism, but it's time for them to roar louder. Here's AAPCS with the command to fire the engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might have heard of music genres before, such as rock, maybe a little bit of rap, maybe even a good amount of country, but you've never heard a song like this. Drivers, start your engines!
The crowd roars even louder after the command from AAPCS. As the cars roll off, it's time to introduce the booth. To my left, it's Gavin Beers 12, and to my right, it's Bad Content here. Welcome to the booth, guys.
Thanks for having us. We are here in Nashville. What a great race we've got coming up. 38 cars on the field. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we've got great weather out here today in Nashville, which hopefully equates to good racing here. Let's get into the starting lineup.
I'm sure it will. Let's get into the starting lineup. You are right. Let's get to the pole position. It's Kyle Larson, like we've said many times before. Another notable starter here in the top 10. It's Josh Berry. He'll roll off 9th here in Nashville.
Next up, we've got William Byron. He's top 5 in the points right now with a couple of wins, sitting pretty comfortably, looking to extend his points stay here at Nashville. But further back, a lot of big names who are outside of the playoffs looking in. A bunch of guys need wins. Today is going to be a great day for that.
Some notable names back here. We have Bubba Wallace and Noah Gregson here. Some pretty front runners usually, but they're in the back today.
Yeah, weird to see those big names back there, and some more big names. Also Dylan, struggling here this weekend in Nashville. Ricky Zane Smith also back here. Justin Haley for Rick Ware in the 15 this weekend. So, gonna be really interesting to see what happens here. But let's go ahead and get into the race analysis. Stage 1 gonna be 7 laps.
Stage 2 is short one. It's going to be 5 laps only.
And rounding up the race, stage 3 is going to be a 6-lap run to the finish.
So it is going to be an 18-lap race here in Nashville. A very eventful 18-lap race, that is for sure. Here come the cars, rocketing up off turn 4 and into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is flying. Underway for NASMAR in Nashville.
Here we go. Kyle Larson in the lead. He takes the early lead now. And Chase Elliott goes up the track. Up and over.
Chase Elliott upside down with Joey Logano. William Byron goes for a spin. It's early chaos at the Nashville Superspeedway.
A big ride for the 9, but a bigger hit in the points. Second in points by 7 points. He was out of the lead. Now he's upside down in turn 1 on lap 1.
That's just, I don't even know how they flipped right there. That's just amazing. I just can't explain that. That just doesn't, I've never seen that kind of flip before, ever. But I guess Joey Logano.
Absolutely incredible. Elliott, it looks, he just got pinched, and the car just goes up and over.
Yeah.
Do you see the car here? Byron trying to get the car refired. Looks like he will. Yeah, he will. Logano and Elliott gonna go to the garage. We got some early pit stops, some different pit strategies, and some damage repair. So here, William Byron and Ross Chastain in their pit boxes. They'll get 4 tires and fuel, make it to the end, get some damage repairs. Same thing with Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs, minus the damage repairs. But here's the front row, getting ready to go back racing. But before we do, we're gonna head to a quick commercial break.
Welcome back to Nashville Superspeedway. It's going to be a sprint to the finish of stage 1, 2 laps to go, and we're back underway.
Back into turn number 1. Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, side by side. Hamlin all the way up to the wall. Larson sideways. He nearly spins it. He keeps it straight down the back straightaway.
What a save by Kyle Larson, but they're now 3 wide. How's this going to work out? And coming into turn number 2.
Michael McDowell pulls away from Denny Hamlin, who's under fire from Josh Berry. It's 1 lap to go in stage number 1 for McDowell.
Look at this cluster here in the middle of the top 10. 3 wide. That's Blaney, Jones, and Bush. Here they come back to turn number 1. Another 3 wide scenario. Larson gonna get the positions back on Barry and Truex.
Wow, what a mess back there, but they seem like they've got it sorted out now. Coming to the finish here, Michael McDowell, it looks like, is probably going to win stage 1. And, oh, we got a car in the wall.
Corey LaJoy side slaps the wall there as we saw Ross Chastain making up ground. Here comes McDowell off at turn number 4. A very wide margin over Denny Hamlin, and Michael McDowell will win stage 1 at the Nashville Superspeedway.
What a surprise that is. We didn't expect that. He started third, made his way to the front quickly, and now he's on top in stage 1.
Anybody got any requests? Yeah. Please stop.
Welcome back to Nashville Superspeedway, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a very interesting race so far, but we're ready for the 2-lap stage 5. Oh, we got a spin!
Michael McDowell around in the opening lap of stage number 2. Michael McDowell off the front end of Denny Hamlin. It looked like a big push coming from the 11 to the 34, just couldn't handle it.
I think something happened at 34. He might have missed a shift. You see him slow down right before the start-finish line. Hamlin into the back of him, turned him around. Lucky nobody else went around as well as they all stacked up on the bottom.
So you had a dream of winning a cup. You want to make that reality? We gotta put the pedal to the metal, shift her to high gear, save it at 200 miles an hour, make some contact, fight to the line, hurt some feelings, and don't mess up. Because if you do, you'll be sent spinning, crashing, careening, flying, flipping, cartwheeling into the wall. That's your dream? Good news. And here, this is everything you've worked for. This is what you've always wanted. This is your dream on the line. Question is, are you ready?
It's my time. I'm taking it now.
Here come the drivers now down pit road under caution. Let's send it down to the pit reporters to get stories on what these drivers are feeling.
Larson leads the field down pit road and feels great about his car. He said he'll definitely need the 4 fresh tires after the close call off turn 2. And no adjustment for the 5. He's been riding perfectly around Nashville.
Josh Berry having a very impressive debut here in Nashville, currently running 4th, and he loves the feeling of his race car. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel, and he's off and away.
Martin Truex Jr. pits from 3rd, reporting that the car needs to be a little freer. He'll take a wedge adjustment with 4 tires and fuel and be on his way.
He comes down pit road from 2nd with a very fast Toyota Camry. Denny Hamlin likes the handling, so just 4 tires and fuel is all he needs.
Kyle Larson will win the race off of pit road, but he will not be the leader. Remember the 4 that pitted on the first caution of this race. So yeah, that's Ross Chastain, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, and Bubba Wallace. They will be the new leaders, but Kyle Larson will be the first of those on the alternate strategy. Here we are back at the Nashville Superspeedway. Ross Chastain, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, and Bubba Wallace are the front 2 rows. We're back to green at the Nashville Superspeedway.
William Byron stacked up the whole outside line as Chastain, with damage, takes the lead. He's in the lead up turn 2 with Ty Gibbs trailing behind him.
Kyle Larson and William Byron battling for position back there as we're on Ty Gibbs' front bumper cam looking at Ross Chastain heading into turn number 3.
Chastain leading this race right now as they come to complete lap 1 of the opening lap on the restart. Chastain leads him back into turn number 1. Ty Gibbs trying to hunt him down. It's a decent gap back to Larson, and then it's Byron and Hamlin.
Single file throughout the top 5. There's a battle for 5th. Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin, both needing as much points as they can, as Jones able to clear in front of Denny Hamlin.
Here, Ty Gibbs on the bumper of Ross Chastain here, trying to make a pass, as we see William Byron back there battling with Eric Jones. Oh, and we got a spin.
Oh,
a big hit, Josh Berry. Hard into the wall for the 4. The 20 and 17 involved as well. We have a major crash at the exit of turn 4 at the Nashville Superspeedway.
big damage to the 20, who's sitting 16th in the playoffs right now without a win. Look at this. Busher into him, turns him around, and look at this impact for the 4 of Josh Berry.
Yeah, hard hit for him. Hopefully he's okay there, but we don't know yet. Wow, what a impact there into the wall. Thank goodness for those safer barriers right there.
Absolutely. It looks like, yeah, they flat pancake the wall. Bell hooks back down, and so that is going to end stage 2. Ross Chastain holding his own with that damage over Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson, William Byron, and Eric Jones. A very eventful stage 2 indeed, as now we're going to go ahead and send it back down to the top part of Garage booth with MLCS Racing Network and Speed Cup Stop Motion. After that, we'll meet NLS Network down on Broadway in the city of Nashville.
Thank you, East Coast. What a wild first 2 stages it has been. One more stage left to go. Chase Elliott flipped on top of his roof, first corner, first lap. What a crash, honestly, for the early part of the race. And it's been carnage ever since. MLCS, these guys are racing really aggressive. What do you think is going to happen for the rest of this race?
I don't know, man. I thought this race was kind of calming down, but then Bell, Busher, and Barry, the 3 Bs, bang hard at the wall into turns 3 and 4. I just did not see that coming at all. 3 very talented cars going back through the field. But how about Byron Chastain? Speaking of wrecks, they were involved in a lap 1 incident, and look at them moving their way through the pack.
And that is all on those different pit strategies. They're looking to potentially get back up into contention for this race. Even with that damage to their race cars, they're still looking to win this one here at Nashville. It's been a wild first 2 stages so far. Now we're going to hand it back off to NOS. He is in the Broadway of Nashville.
I'm now down here on Broadway, a wild scene in the heart of Nashville. Just behind the Bridgestone Arena, you could say in the famous words of Kenny Chesney, everything gets hotter when the sun goes down. Plenty of current-day country artists own bars here, such as Jason Aldean, Blake Shelton, and Morgan Wallen, who luckily now has his rooftop chairs very secure. This place is a show. I guess you could call it Broadway for a reason.
Rage, power, weakest thought, money, driven, nature, fraud, breathless, body, diamond, bones, wanna beat it, wanna feel it.
Cars in the garage of those who are just taken out. The 20 and the 4 of Josh Berry, both needing great days. They're not going to get it. But here is the final stage. 6 laps on board as Ross Chastain and Ty Gibbs lead the Hendrick Motorsport teammates to the green flag in stage 3. The final stage is underway.
Here they come, back to number 1. Ross Chastain holding the lead over Ty Gibbs. He's going to clear him down the backstretch.
On board with Kyle Larson, side by side with Ty Gibbs. Chastain trying to pull away. Will he get a run? Oh, Larson saw him big time down the back straightaway.
Larson with mechanical issues. As he pulls it into the garage, it's day over for the 5. Let's take a look at the replay. Looks like just smoke down the backstretch. Looks like an engine just lets go. And that is going to bring out a caution. First lap of stage 3, we got some action already.
Unfortunate for our pole winner today. Blown engine, not what you want here at Nashville. Unfortunate for him because he had a good car today.
An even bigger picture, too. He had the points lead with 3 wins, only over 7 points over the 9 of Chase Elliott. This he cannot afford, and he might just lose the point lead after Nashville.
We're back from commercial break here at the Nashville Superspeedway. Ross Chastain and Ty Gibbs, Eric Jones, and William Byron lead us back to the green. 2 laps to go in Nashville.
Chastain with a shove from Eric Jones. He's going to take the lead and clear in turn 1, but what can Ty Gibbs do? He's got the outside line up too. Eric Jones slides into second. Bubba Wallace is side by side for third. Now he slides in line, but it's Chastain with the lead into turn 3.
Chastain leading. Eric Jones here still coming off of turn number 4 now. We are coming to the trioval. Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, and Austin Cindric looks like he's fighting for a top 5 spot.
1 lap to go here. Eric Jones with bumper, the 1 trying to pull away. Jones closes in off 2.
Here comes Eric Jones to the back bumper of the 1. Here comes Jones to the inside. They make contact. Jones gets sideways. Here they come back to 3 and 4. Jones sends it deep. Chastain's got nothing for him. And off turn number 4 for the second time this season, Eric Jones is a winner in the NASMAR Community Cup Series.
Wow.
What a finish it was. A heartbreak for the 1 of Chastain.
Run to the end. Unbelievable.
Eric Jones has won at the Nashville Superspeedway. The Daytona 500 winner for the NASMAR Community Cup Series gets another win, and it comes in dramatic fashion. Down to turns 3 and 4, there's contact with the 1, and Jones sends it deep, and he makes it work off of 4. Eric Jones wins at Nashville. He's on the front stretch, and he's about to burn it down for the Nashville Superspeedway fans.
Wow. That's what NASMAR is all about right there. That's good NASMAR racing. As we see Eric Jones burning it down here. What a smoke show there.
And here is Eric Jones. He's parked his car on the front straightaway, right beside the start-finish line. That 43 going to get to go to victory lane here today in Nashville. What an exciting race today. Is Eric Jones up out of the car. He celebrates with the fans, and he deserves it. What a drive from Eric Jones today. That 43 put on a show here late race. He had to have a couple breaks go his way with Larson having that mechanical failure and having those different pit strategies play out with the fresher tires against Ross Chastain. But the 43 team pulls one off here today in Nashville. Speaking of Ross Chastain, a fantastic run for him. He got caught up in that lap 1 mess down into turn number 1. You can tell by the right front that was a decent amount of damage that he sustained in that wreck, but didn't really affect him all that much. Not too much of aero deficiency, so he's able to hang on for a P2 finish here today. So close to that win. He really wanted to smash that watermelon here today in Nashville, but he's not going to be able to do it. Same goes for William Byron. He also had some damage on the left rear quarter panel. Can't see it here, but the 24 with a wild day just like the 1, but wasn't able to get as good result as Ross Chastain did. The 24, though, still with a really solid result here today in Nashville. Something he didn't really see coming after facing the wrong way in the grass at turn number 1 on the first lap of this race. Didn't really see that one coming, but he managed to pull it off anyway. A surprise run here for Carson Hocevar. He ends up in P14 What a run for the 77 from way back on the grid. I believe he was the second to last row, maybe third to last. But he comes from all the way in the back to 14th. What a drive from the 77 of Carson Hocevar. He put his head down today, and through all the drama, through all the traffic and all the wrecks, he avoided all of it, and he made his way through to come home P14. An incredible finish for that number 77 Ziegler Chevrolet Camaro. You don't normally see that kind of performance out of them. But right behind him, you can see Victory Lane, and now Eric Jones climbs out of the car. He is on top of it, and the confetti rains down in Victory Lane for Eric Jones. He's won the Ally 400. An incredible job from the 43 machine. He's going to get to celebrate with his team here today. As, man, like I said before, what a drive for Eric Jones. He is still super hyped about this win. He's outside of the race car, and that's win 2 on the season for Jones. I mean, that's going to lock him into the playoffs. He was already locked in, but with so many winners here in NASMAR, you just never know. Maybe sometimes one win isn't enough, but you can see at the top of the leaderboard there, Eric Jones with that win, a huge, huge momentum booster, and it's going to ensure his spot in the playoffs. Solid run here for Alex Bowman, just kind of, putting up solid results, not nearly as good as his Hendrick teammates, but Jimmy Johnson, in a one-off start here for Legacy Motor Club, he comes home 18th. You see some of these guys disappointing here at the end of the grid, and we're getting word now. Todd Gilliland, you see there at the bottom of the grid, he's been disqualified, so I'm not exactly sure what's happened on the 38 there, but we're hearing possibly like a piece of tape on the grill is what we're hearing. So I doubt that that was on purpose, but if it was, man, that's going to be some harsh penalties, but I don't think it was on purpose, so Gilliland going to unfortunately have a disqualification here today. Thank you to my booth commentators for joining me here today at the Nashville Superspeedway. Thank you guys so much for coming on out here today. Any final remarks here?
Well, it was a great race. It definitely shook up the points, to say the very least. But 7 weeks left for these drivers who had bad days to make it into the playoffs. They're on the road to recovery, but that's what racing will do to you.
Very exciting race today. That's what NASMAR is all about. I mean, just very, very exciting racing. Hoping to see more of this in future races.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Once again, huge thank you to our booth commentators. That was Gavin Beers 12 and Bad Content here. Make sure to go check out their channels, as well as our Pit Road Reporters channels, GS Stop Motions, I Love Cats, Firelinks, Milk, and ESMN. They did a great job down on pit road. Make sure to go show them some love, along with MLCS Racing Network and Speed Cup Stop Motion on the Top Party Garage booth. A fantastic job from them there as well. NLS was in the city today, being a city reporter. He hit up the Country Music Hall of Fame and Broadway, as you guys saw. So huge thank you to NLS as well. APCS was your Grand Marshal here today in Nashville, and Nil 83 sung the national anthem. So those are all the thank yous, but I also want to thank one more person, and that's all of you. So not one more person, a lot of you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, truly appreciate it. So much work went into this race, 6 total months of it, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also make sure to check out next week's NASMAR race on the NASCAR Cup Series YouTube channel. It's going to be at the Chicago Street Course, and it's going to be great. Do not miss it. It's going to be a good one, so make sure to go tune in next week. That's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and until Watkins Glen NASMAR fans, we will see you next time. This is East Coast Racing Network, signing off.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reused, reproduced, or retransmitted in any way without the written consent of NASMAR broadcasting unless it's for an intro. NASMAR would like to thank all of its fans and supporters, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.